Hello and good evening, everyone. Today I wanted to discuss the German alphabet and the pronunciation with you. Since many people with whom I wrote, they desired to know about it, so today I will definitely I'm going to teach you how to pronounce the German words, the German letters, and also how to write them, which letters are there in the German alphabet, and which specialities do we have in our pronunciation. Alright, you can see this little table over here, which I made, and yeah, you can see all of our letters here. On the left side, there are the capital letters. On the right side, there are the normal letters which you use in every word. Alright, so let's start with the letters. I will just read them how we pronounce them in the alphabet. Of course, we don't pronounce them like that in words. I will come back to that later. Okay, I will just start here on the left side with the capital letters, and of course the pronunciation is the same, but I will just take them as an example. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, these are our normal letters, and you can see that there are like four maybe letters you've never seen before. I will introduce you to them. We call them actually Ä, Ö, and Ü. But for everyone who learns German now, for example, in university, maybe you also know them as A umlaut, like Ä, O umlaut, Ö, Ü umlaut. No, U umlaut, Ü. And that one, that's a special little guy. It's called SZ. Alright, so now you know the names of the letters and the alphabet in general. That's all, yeah, all the letters we have, everything we are using in German language when we want to write something. So this is something you should remember. Okay, but how to pronounce it? Because, okay, there's so many different possibilities of combining these letters, so of course there are so many different ways of pronouncing them. And this is actually what I'm going to show you today, because there are so many specialities and there are so many things which are important with the pronunciation in German that one video won't be enough to cover this topic. So I will just start with that you get to know the alphabet and the letters, and that you also know how to read it and how to read some special combinations. Okay, as you already know, I prepared some new words which will show the examples. These aren't a lot because, yeah, actually this is a grammar video, so there also won't be a dialogue yet. But don't worry about it, in the next video we will also have a dialogue again. This is just really for pronunciation, for the last lesson maybe, and also for the future lessons. So, I put together some words and grammar specialities of the German pronunciation, Besonderheiten der deutschen Aussprache. So here you can see some tricky combinations which we really often use, as you can see here in these words. So, for example, if we put E and U together, it will be pronounced like oi, not EU, but oi. Okay, the example for this letter is, for example, Eule. So you can see that also actually you point out the oi special in this word. Like you don't say Eule, but you say Eule. This is actually the accentuation of the word where you have to pronounce it most strongly. Here, in this case, in the beginning. And you will see that if you use all of these special combinations that most of the time the accentuation is on these special little friends. So then you really sound like a German if you pronounce it like that. Okay, we got oi. And now, next thing, a and u together will be au. That's strange, but yeah, it's like not au, okay, but it's au together. And yeah, as you see, also a little word which we usually use is like I like it too, or I also like it, is auch. Ich mag es auch, I like it too. And here actually we got a funny combinations because we got au and we also got another combination which we will learn a little later. Auch. This is C and H together. So here is also the accentuation in the beginning of the word. Au. So we say auch, not auch. So we say auch. Okay, that means also. The next one, they are really mean because, you know, it's I and E and I. And even though they look very similar and they are the same letters, it's an absolutely different meaning. And the pronunciation will be absolutely different. So this one is actually a long E. For example, like spielen or Liebe. Yeah. So for example, here you can see die Liebe, also die, is also I and E. You see that we use it very often. It's just, it shows us that we will pronounce the I very long, like E, not E, but E. And the accentuation is also the same on this word. We say Liebe and not Liebe. So this is something you really should pay attention of if you want to learn German, if you want to pronounce it the correct way. Alright, let's continue with this little guy. The combination of those words is pronounced I. And the funny thing is that even this I is already a German word. The meaning is egg. So, but we also use it in many different words. For example, very important one, eins, one. And again, you can hear that the accentuation is again in the beginning of the word. So you see, it's quite often the case in German, and that you, put the accentuation in the beginning of a word. You say eins, like eins, and so you can also try it by yourself to say it at home. Okay, next one is a little tricky too, because it's an S and a T, so you will say like street, like in English, but in German we pronounce it a little different, because if it's in the beginning of the word, like Straße, you already hear it, we pronounce it like sh. So exactly the way we pronounce this guy, sh. So this one, yeah, and we will come to it later. So we will say Straße and not Straße. So keep in mind, Straße. It doesn't matter if it's only an S and T. We will pronounce it like st. The same thing we are doing with S and P. With here, we got this one, spielen. No, we don't say spielen, but we say spielen. And here you can see again this I and E together, so we got like spielen. Okay, next one. This is what I just told you about in another word. So it's C and H together. In this word, auch. So this is pronounced like ili, or. So actually got like the pronunciation in different ways, but it's always a C and H together. It's always like this or sound. So for example, if it's in the end of a word, it's like auch. But if it's in the beginning of a word, like for example, China in German, it's China. So it's also like And it depends from word to word, and also kind of where are you living in Germany, how the people pronounce it. Some people will just like China, they will say just SCH. You won't hear any difference to this guy. But if you pronounce correctly, it will be like China or auch. Okay, so next one. This is also something we got many times because actually it's the way we also pronounce like st, sp, but we write it differently. Here, this is a classical sh sound in German. So it's SCH together. So always pay attention. If you see a C and an H together, it's not automatically sh, because if there's an S before it, then it's automatically sh together. So we can also, for example, find an example for that. It's schwimmen. Yeah. And here, another interesting thing. 2M together, schwimmen. Okay, still a short M, but the accentuation is also on that. We got sh and schwimmen. All right. And the last one for today, it's TSCH together. So we got CH, SCH, and now TSCH. And this is, yeah, this word you already know from last lesson. It's Deutschland, for example. You also say like t, sh, ch. Yeah, this word, this sound, Deutschland. And this is also a word where you also meet the oi from the very beginning. So you see that in German words there are a lot of these little guys here. So if you already know them, then you can pronounce most of the German words. So you can see we got here ch. Okay, I know it's quite a lot for the first time and it may be confusing, but these are the most important specialities of the German pronunciation. So I will read it again here, and then you can listen to it and you can try at home to repeat it and to pronounce it like I do. Schwimmen, spielen, die Eule, auch, die Liebe, eins, Straße, ich, Deutschland. So maybe one last thing. This letter here, we met over here, right? This one, which looks a little weird. So this is pronounced like we say it also in German, sharp S. So we say like really like Straße, very sharp one, like snake. So always you meet this letter, for example, ich heiße, my name is, or yeah, my name is, then you can also always use this S sound if you meet this little guy. Alright, so this is what I wanted to say about the specialities of German language and of course about the alphabet. And I can, if you have any questions about it, I can always answer it to you, and if anything is unclear, just comment and I will make another video. Just send me your suggestions and tell me what you would like to learn about German. Then I will record a video and upload it as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your attention. I know it was maybe a little boring because today we just did grammar, but it's important for you that you can read all the German words correctly. Alright, see you later and thank you for watching. Bye bye.